Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Thursday thus far. Once again, on my end, we snowed in, but it's all good. We're going to continue to be productive and efficient with the time. Give everybody about minute, 2 minutes before we start building on the subject matter for the day. So let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Thursday. Talk to me before I start talking to y'all. Let me know what's the word. See some people that was already tapped in. Was running a little late, but it's all good. Montel, peace. What's happening with you, my brother? What's the word? How y'all living and feeling, man? Y'all see the title of this stream, so y'all know this one of those subjects where we gonna go in and vent a little bit. Y'all know I don't I don't like to talk about, or I don't like to deal with things that are trendy, and a lot of these concepts and terms are trending terms that people are starting to utilize. So y'all already know how I feel about that. Louisiana, peace. What's happening? Tasha, peace. Ray Shine, peace. What's happening? Leah, peace. What's happening? Oh yeah, the live from yesterday was peace. It was nice. Montel, man, everything is smooth. Everything is good my way, man. Patrick, peace. What's happening? Yeah, I hear a lot of people talk about modern women, traditional women, and things along those lines. Y'all already know that I don't subscribe to terms that the masses tend to subscribe to. We deal with original people, being the original people of the planet Earth. So we gonna deal with an original woman, an authentic woman. That's all that we could ask for. We don't care anything about traditional, modern, all of that. We don't care anything about that. Hey, peace, what's happening? We deal with them being original, having a mind of their own, being self-styled, which again, that's just being creative, innovative, staying true to herself, things along those lines. That's what's most important. That's what's most important. I don't care about the traditional or modern labels. We're going to deal with just being original, staying true to who you are, knowing who you are, and staying true to that knowledge, staying true to that information and foundation. That's what's most important. That is what's most important. Airview, peace, what's happening? So again, I don't even care about the breakdowns when it comes to somebody defining what is traditional and what is modern. I don't care about any of that. You know, we all know what it means to be original. We all know what it means to be authentic. We all know what it means to be true to oneself. We all know what that means. And if anybody wants to argue about preferring somebody that's original and authentic, then you got bigger problems to deal with. Because I don't understand what's the issue. Saying that we prefer dealing with original individuals, authentic individuals, genuine individuals. Bonafide, peace, what's happening? Terminator, Shantae, peace, what's the word? Terenzo, my brother, what's happening? You say they are all false psychological narratives to cater to a socially engineered mindset. That's all it is. And it's profitable, of course. You know, that's why people are talking about it. Very profitable. And it's always profitable to choose a side. You know, that adds on to the division. Choose a side. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to choose the modern side. I'm going to choose the traditional side. I'm choosing neither side. Dominique, peace. What's happening with you, my brother? Yeah, we going to choose the original side. We going to choose it because you got people that are traditional in their thinking and they are afraid to revise and upgrade their thinking, and that can be a problem. And then you got modern thinking, which again can lead to a lot of problems because a lot of times you just following what society is telling you to follow and telling you to do. So both of those concepts, phrases, lifestyles, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to refer to them as, they have flaws. Really no flaw in being original. Really no flaw in figuring out who you are, acquiring that knowledge of yourself, and living according to that truth, living according to that foundation and reality. There's no flaw in that. Because when you deal with knowledge yourself, you're going to deal with evolution by default because you understand that that's the only thing constant, and that's change. So you're going to embrace evolution. You're going to embrace change. You're not going to be stuck in one line of thinking. You're going to be constantly evolving, constantly elevating when you are original, when you stay true to yourself. So again, I would prefer that type of individual, not somebody that's stuck in a traditional mindset or a modern mindset. No, I want somebody that, look, they value evolution, they value elevation, they value progression. So they're not stuck in one way of thinking. They're not one dimensional. They might adopt qualities from traditional individuals and from modern individuals and make it their own. That's what's called the self-styled wisdom. That's what it is. So that's what we prefer. That's what we all should prefer. You know, so I don't care anything about these modern women, traditional women, like all of that. Like I said, I haven't even cared to listen to the breakdowns. All I see is the label, and I'm like, all right, again, unnecessary, causes division, because then you're going to have modern versus traditional, and you're going to have all of this division that's really unnecessary, when at the end of the day, everybody needs to focus on mastering themselves and staying true to themselves. That's it. Terrence, peace, what's happening? Salacious, peace, what's the word? What's happening? How y'all living? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? How y'all feeling? And that's part of the problem too, when it goes back to the younger generation and the older generation. That's part of why we have that split. That's part of why the communication is never really there between the older generation and the younger generation, because we dealing with things like, oh, you're modern, you traditional, and we not trying to hit that middle ground or find that middle ground. So it's always, my traditional way is better than your modern way, or my modern way is better than your traditional way. That causes the division, that causes miscommunication, and that causes conflict and tension. And that's what we tend to have. It's like, oh, my way of thinking or my way of living is way better than yours. You know, we got the traditional way of living. That's way better than what y'all doing now. Like, nah, it ain't a situation where one way is better than the other. It's like you can take the best parts from all of those different concepts, phrases, and cultures and all of that, man, and make it your own. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you are supposed to do. But they give us these labels, man, and we go to war based off of these labels. Montel, for sure. I hope I'm saying your name right, Darlene. You say, what do you think about men that have strong bonds with their moms? Man, you know what's crazy? I had made a Facebook status about that some years ago. And I expressed my frustration. I was like, dudes, we really can't win out here. And what do I mean by that? I was talking about dudes that have the strong bond with their moms, and we get called what? Mama's boys. You know, if you have a strong bond with your moms, now if it's aggressive to the point where a dude feel like he can't do anything without the assistance of his moms, that's a whole different situation. That's like an obsession. That is something psychologically off with that. I'm talking about the individuals that have strong bonds with their moms. Like, listen, they'll harm somebody over the mom dukes, and they gonna always take care of the moms, because if it wasn't for the moms, they wouldn't even be on this planet. They wouldn't be able to be the person that they are today. A lot of times, even having that type of bond with your moms and got you labeled a mama's boy. And I'm like, man, come on. Like, listen, if you with a dude and he taking care of his moms, he respects his moms, he respects his grandmother, he respects his sister, all the women in his family, then what do you think that means? Like, he has been taught to value women, and he's putting that in motion. How you think he would treat you? Now, again, we're not talking about the aggressive cases to where dudes just don't want to get up from under their moms. We're not talking about that, because, again, that's deeper than just having a strong bond with your moms. That's a little bit deeper. But why wouldn't you want a man that has a strong relationship with his mother? Like, I don't understand that, but I done seen dudes get criticized because of that. Having a strong relationship with their moms. Like, of course, like, not to the point where it's getting in the way of the relationship, but you should want a dude that has a strong relationship with his mother. That's a good sign. So if you see a dude and he has a very great relationship with his mother, like, that is a very good sign. That's something that you need to bear, like, you need to acknowledge and embrace that. It's like, okay, look how he's treating his moms. That's good. He's respecting his moms. He taking care of his moms. Like, that's good. That's something that's good to see. That's not a negative. And a lot of times, dudes, we get shunned for that. We get condemned for that. Darlene, see, no, that's when it's a psychological issue. Nah, financially dependent, no. No. No, and no. So again, that's when we not dealing with that. Now, if we talking about that, then we got a problem on our hands at that particular point. And I won't even say it's a bond at that point. It's a dependency, you know. It's a dependency. He's dependent on his moms. So he only has this bond because he depends on her. So that's not really even a bond. That's not a strong bond. That's dependency, which you don't want to raise your children that way. So now, again, the bond is created by dependency. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You wanna bear witness to the man that financially he can take care of himself, but then he also still has that strong connection with his mom. He don't need his mom for anything, and he still got that strong connection. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, because that's a dependency, and they got to break that dependency. Now, man, we can't have that type of dependency out here. Brandon, peace, what's happening? Patrick, for sure, always keep the door open to grow. But just on top of what Darlene was talking about, even still, outside of the brothers that are financially dependent on their moms and all that type of good stuff, man, I have still seen those brothers that have a strong connection with their moms literally get criticized for having that strong connection and bond with their moms. It's like, come on, man. It's almost like any way we go with it, we getting criticized. We have a strong bond with our moms. You a mama's boy. You don't have a strong bond with your moms. Oh, well, I can't trust you. It's like, dude, what do you want? What do you want from us type deal? Moise, for sure. That's all we want, man. Original. That's all we want. You know what I'm saying? She knows who she is. She loves who she is. She embraces who she is. She understands who she is. And again, she embraces and she accepts change, evolution, growth, and development, progress. Like, that's all that we want. That's all that we should want. And that's all that we should ask for. All of the fakeness that's going around out here, man, like all the artificial mentalities, artificial body parts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the type of stuff that we could do away with, that they have slapped on us as if we prefer that. I know plenty of brothers that prefer the original. We not out here asking for the artificial. We not doing it. We not out here doing it. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of black men. I know a lot of brothers. And I don't know one brother in a circle of brothers that I know that's out here talking about they prefer all this artificial nonsense that's out here going on. I don't know not one brother. I can't vouch for one brother that has told me he prefers that. But they slapping that on us. They making it seem like they out here getting that because of something that we saying we prefer out here or we like. Like, nah, we getting slapped with all this. Most of the brothers I know, they like original. They love the original. Four Elements, peace. What's happening? Brandon, for sure. RIP to Mom Dukes, man. But yeah, for sure. Criticism is weird. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, man. I don't like when, I'm not too fond of when women try to come between a man and his moms. Like, that's weird to me. Like, that's weird. Because we gotta understand. So, like, you just can't understand that connection and that bond. Like, listen, man, it's a different love that a son is going to have for his mother, especially if that mother was good to the son, man. Like, you can't, like, that's a strong connection and strong bond. If that mother that gave birth to that son took care of that son and was in the son's life and loved that son and all of that, like, that's a bond that cannot be broken. So it's like, don't even try to come between that, man. That's a whole different type of connection and bond. No need to try to come between that and mess it up. Like, that's just unnecessary. That's unnecessary, man. Oh, Terrence, for sure. We never alone. You know what I'm saying? As Michael Jackson said, you are not alone. We are never alone. We got to understand that. That's why some of these platforms are useful, because you get to see other people that's on the same type of frequency as you are on, on the same channel and all of that good stuff. Yeah, Tasha. Now, those individuals, those are the ones that I'm saying that have the problem. Like, it's an obsession, it's a dependency and all of that. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a problem. And we know how, that's when it becomes a problem. But like I said, I've seen less extreme cases of brothers that have a strong bond with their mom still get criticized for being a mama's boy. And it's like, dude, all they doing is taking care of the mom dukes when she get of age. It's like what you know what I'm saying? Like, if we go back to the village mentality, that's what happened. Like, we didn't send our elders to retirement homes and all of that. We took care of, so if we go back to that foundation, like, that's how we was living back then. We ain't send we ain't send mom dukes off to this retirement home. We brought her in the crib when she got of age, when she started getting older and started spazzing out and things like that. Like, that's how it was. That's how it actually is supposed to go. And I done seen brothers that did things like that get criticized. It's like, hold on, man. Oh, Torenzo, for sure. Yeah, I done had plenty of those dreams, man. Plenty of. John, you said talk about the son-husband syndrome. That's a whole other topic right there. Whole nother topic. Percy, my brother, appreciate the donation. You say, I wish women could get it. I would take a natural average chick any day over a made-up baddie. I want to see how you really look in the morning. Exactly. Like I said, I'm telling you, I know a lot of brothers. I know a lot of black brothers. I know a lot of decent brothers. And we are not out here saying, hey, you see that artificial butt? We like that. I've never heard that. Never heard it. But we get blamed for it. Cryptox Peace, what's happening, G? Eileen, you say, how can I talk to him about it without hurting his ego? I'm very independent, and him being dependent confuses me. Eileen, at the end of the day, I don't even feel like it's a nice way to have that conversation. You just going to have to bring it up. You know what I mean? You're going to have to start talking about long-term plans or whatever, man. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, just get an understanding of what it is that he's striving towards. Like, that's how you're going to have the conversation. Like, hey, man, where do you see yourself? Where do you see us in 3 to 5 years? And just see what his response is after you ask that particular question. And that will give you a good understanding of, like, where his mind is at. And what do that'll give you a good understanding. But I wouldn't even worry about hurting the ego, because at the end of the day, like, it's almost any way you bring this up is going to affect his ego. But it is what it is, man. If you feel like that is going to be an impediment to you all's relationship, then it needs to be discussed whether his ego is bruised or not. You got to look out for yourself. You can't neglect yourself in the process of trying to look out for somebody else's ego. That's the way I look at it, man. You trying to protect his ego, but then when you're doing that, you neglecting yourself and your needs and your wants. So nah, man, you're gonna have to sacrifice bruising the ego, then you just gotta do that. But if you gotta get to the bottom of something that you feel like will be an impediment to the relationship, then hey, go ahead and put it out there. Ask the question. Have the discussion. His ego will be all right. Four elements for sure. That's exactly what we like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That's exactly what we like. That's exactly what we like. And even when you get to modern and traditional, which is why I said we like original. Even when you get to modern and traditional, like, we don't care. Like, I don't want to say we don't care about any of that. But again, we care about somebody that is original. And, you know what I'm saying, ain't trying to argue with everything that we say, especially when we trying to lead them in the right direction and things along those lines. Like, that's all that it's really simple. The things that we out here asking for and looking for. It's like really not complicated. It's not rocket science. But again, like I said, humans, we tend to make things more complicated. But most of the brothers I know, man, for real, I'll be quite honest with you. A lot of brothers, man, we just trying to put in our work and we trying to come home to some peace, some quiet. We ain't trying to argue. We ain't trying to go back and forth with anybody. Like, we not trying to do all of that. We trying to come home to some peace after a long day of work. Those of us that are putting in work, I'm speaking on those brothers. Those of us that go out here, put in the work, then come to the crib. I'm talking about those brothers, not the lazy bums out here. We ain't talking about them. They not included in what I'm talking about. Talking about the working brothers. We trying to put in our work, man, take care of ourselves, and we trying to come on to peace. That's it. Anything that disturbs the peace is a problem. Anything that disturbs the peace is a problem, man. We trying to come home to peace. That's it. Anything that disturbs our peace, we like, come on. Like seriously, man, y'all really underestimating the fact that a lot of brothers just want peace out here, and that's it. Real simple, man. We just want peace, man. We do not. We just want peace. That's it. Percy for sure. And what's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, when it came to the entertainment industry, back in the day, of course, they had the European standard of beauty. So you couldn't even have a large backside and things like that and be in the entertainment industry because again, they was basing everything off the European standard. You know, so if you had a certain build back in the day, they was like, nah, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to lose some weight, things like that. That thickness was not accepted back then, which is crazy. Terenzo, man, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. Cryptox for sure. Montel, I say the ego can serve certain purposes. I'm not gonna say it's totally useless. The ego can serve a purpose because that's part of just like your identity. It's just when you become ego driven is when it becomes a problem. It's the same thing with emotions. You know, it's when that ego drives you. When you let that ego dictate how you move and think and feel, then it becomes a problem. But when you are in control of the ego, it can serve its purpose. It can serve its purpose for sure. Hey, Shantae, there you go. At least you listen. You know what I'm saying? At least you listen. Listen. Like, it's real simple, man. That's all we be asking for. Dudes, we want peace and we just want somebody to listen to us. You know, that's it. And just give us peace and, you know what I'm saying? Just let us chill out. Let us vibe. Let us chill. And then we just try to get somebody to listen to us. That's it. It ain't complicated. I'm telling you, man. Most dudes, like, to show you just how simple most dudes is, man, just when it comes to man, like birthdays and stuff, man. Most brothers I know, we don't care about birthdays. We don't care about any of these holidays. We don't care about anything. Like we don't be asking for gifts. We ain't asking for surprise parties. We ain't asking you to go crazy for us. Like man, we just be wanting peace. Man, I know a brother, man, I was training him. I was like, man, hey, you doing something for your birthday? He was like, nah, man, I just want to chill at the home. I just want to chill at home. I don't want to be bothered with nobody. Man, that's most dudes that I know. That's most brothers I know, man. We ain't like, man, I ain't like, dude, I don't care about this birthday, man. It's another day, another dollar. We just be wanting peace, man. And mugs will complicate that, man. I done had dudes tell me, man. I done had dudes. I had a brother that inboxed me. He was like, man, he was with a girl that got mad at him because he didn't want to celebrate his birthday. Now listen to what I'm saying. My brother told me, lady got mad at him because he didn't want to celebrate his birthday. So he had to argue with somebody. He had to argue with a woman because he didn't want to celebrate his birthday. See, that's the type of stuff that we talking about. That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. That's very unnecessary. Why am I arguing with you about not wanting to celebrate my birthday? Alien peace, what's happening? Cool Gen peace, what's the word? So I literally had a brother. This just happened. He just inboxed me, man. This was probably like a few weeks ago, saying, man, he was like, he dealing with a lady. She's like, man, she got mad at me because I didn't want to celebrate my birthday. I'm like, wow. You don't want to celebrate your birthday. Now you got to argue. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got to argue with somebody because you ain't want to celebrate your birthday. Wow, you just want to chill out. You know what I'm saying? You want to do whatever it was that brought you peace for your B-Day, and Mug's mad. That's unnecessary. See, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Disturbing one's peace. Like, dude, don't do that. Don't make it more complicated. Listen to the brother. If the brother say, man, I don't want to do nothing for my birthday, he means that. You know what I'm saying? We mean that. I don't want to do anything. Just listen. Don't try to force it. Montel for sure. For sure, again. But yeah, like I say, ego, all of that, just personality, just identity. Ego is something, it's like everything that's a tool. It ain't good, nor is it bad. It's how it's utilized. Terenzo, yes, sir. Can't make it up. Tasha, you say women are literally dying to look like IG video models. And you know the funny thing about that, which really is not funny, it's sad. But you know the thing about that is, because me being a personal trainer, I come across this all the time. People will literally bring up these IG models to me when I say, all right, do you have a picture of somebody that you striving to look like, which is crazy. IG models, people ain't never heard of. And so the crazy thing about it is, a lot of these IG models that are women literally paid for their body. And when I say paid for their bodies, I don't mean paid for trainers, paid for gym memberships. They literally paid to have surgery. And then they selling people workout routine. I talk about this all the time. So you got these IG models that are women flaunting off their bodies that they paid for, and then they selling you workout programs, they selling you waist trainers, things that they didn't utilize and do. First of all, waist trainers are trash. But they selling you all of these things to make a profit off of a body that they paid for. And that's what they don't tell people. And then on the flip side of that, you got dudes that's out here taking steroids, performance enhancement drugs, and they doing the same thing to dudes that want to be swole, ripped, and cut. They selling them workout routines, saying, all right, if you do X, Y, and Z, then you're going to look like this. Whole while they are omitting the fact that they use performance enhancement drugs to reach that goal. So that's why you can purchase a workout routine from some of these folks on IG, follow it to a T, even eat halfway decent, and still not look anywhere near close to them because they took the drugs or they paid for their body to look that type of way. And that's what they are not disclosing. They are omitting that reality from the situation. I know plenty of people that fit that description. Plenty of people. Shantae, that's how it is. I'm telling you, that's how simple dudes are. We really don't care. More than likely, we just gonna be doing something because y'all want to do it, and we ain't trying to go there. We ain't trying to argue. We ain't trying to debate. We ain't trying to put up no fight. You know what I'm saying? Literally, that's how some of us operate. It's like, man, we don't really care about this day, but all right, if this day is important to you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how most dudes will approach a situation. If it's important to you, whatever, man. We'll go ahead and put our pride, ego, information, whatever to the side, because we're not trying to have that type of argument because most of the time it's pointless. Cool gents, you already know how I feel about it. I'm with you. They need to let them go. Need to let them go for sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like that's one of the reasons why we celebrate these holidays for the most part. It's some of these women, most of the women keeping the tradition alive. Because like I said, dude, we don't care. We ain't out here asking for no gifts. We don't care about this stuff. It's up to us. Like this be another day that some of us have off from work. Man, we don't put too much thought and emphasis on these holidays. Man, that be these women out here shopping for these days for the most part, like keeping the tradition alive. Man, dudes don't be wanting to do this. And how do I know? Because I know a lot of brothers. I worked in banking and I just know plenty of people. Like dudes don't be trying to do this. They can't wait for it to be over. We ain't trying to be out here shopping and going to stores. We doing it because we feel like we have to. Hey, Asada, for sure. Easy, simple. And war, man, I'm telling you. It was his birthday. Dude said she was mad because he ain't want to celebrate his birthday. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. Come on, life is crazy. And I'm one of them ones, man. I don't care anything about birthday for real. A born day is what we call it. I don't care anything about it. It's another day to me. I stopped keeping track of that. I stopped fooling with born days when I was like 16, 17. Like, I don't care anything about these days, man. It's just it's another day, another dollar, man. Tasha, exactly. And then what's crazy nowadays, like then they hating on the original. So they hating on the women, they hating on the men that do things naturally. Like when I was in college, y'all know I played college ball. I was one of the few football players probably at the time that wasn't taking some type of performance enhancement drug, and I'm out here lifting the same as everybody else. And dudes was mad, was hating on it. Man, I got accused. Listen, I don't know if y'all know it. I got accused of being on steroids. Like some people jokingly said it, but back in the day, like, man, when my orange was all veiny and stuff like that, I got accused of it. most of the time people were joking, but it's truth in the joke, man. So what people were saying is this dude is too small to be out here hanging with us with the weights. He must be on steroids. So they was on joke about it, but man, it was truth in it. So they couldn't believe that I wasn't taking anything and I was still hanging with them. It's the same with the women that build their bodies naturally. They get hated on by the people that purchase their bodies. Like, what are you hating on them for? Because they didn't want to spend $10,000, $15,000 to get surgery and things like that. They opted for a gym membership, trainer, eating right. Like, what is there to hate on? But I've been seeing women that are artificial, that have gotten these surgeries. They hate on the women that don't get the surgery, that build their bodies naturally. That's ridiculous. All because they had the discipline to eat right, work out. They invested their money wisely. They say, all right, instead of me spending $10,000 on surgery, $15,000 on surgery, I'm gonna spend that toward a trainer. I'm gonna spend that towards the right foods. That's what I'm gonna do. There is nothing to hate on. Four elements united, exactly. What they call an earthquake. You know, we view woman as the earth, the black woman as the earth. So again, that's an earthquake. You know what I'm saying? Natural disaster when she can't nurture and things along those lines. You know, and at the same time, where we got to understand their nature, they got to understand our nature for sure too, though. You know, and that's where a lot of the problems arise. They got to understand the nature of the man. Definitely got to understand our nature, man. We about protecting and providing. We don't really care about all this other stuff, the glitz and the glamour. So they got to understand that we're not about to be out here begging for gifts and asking for gifts. Like, that's just not in our nature, you know. So we not that type of individual. You're not about to be. I'm not about to create a long list of a million things that I want just off the rip. Airview for show, Santana, Lindell, peace. What's happening? Bonafide, there you go. Tradition built on a lot of lies, a ton of lies. Christopher, peace. What's happening? Doors Gordon, peace. What's the word? Asada, yeah, truth is not respected, you know. Truth is not respected in America for sure. There are other parts on the globe where truth is not respected, but definitely in America where everything was built off a lie, nah, the truth is not respected at all. No. Kill all peace. What's happening? Bonafide, there you go. You know, but man, it's the money that's being spent on surgeries and all of that, man, is crazy. The money being spent is ridiculous. That's a real profitable industry. Terenzo, 100% right and exact. And like I said, and we know they keeping it alive because for the most part, we chilling. We ain't really caring about all of this, man. We chilling. We chilling and we gonna always chill. Like, we are not worried about all this other nonsense, all this other extra stuff that's going on out here. We're not worried about it for the most part. You know, when you come across a man that's like a man, like, we ain't worried about all of it. We ain't worried about all this nonsense. Chris, for sure. You know, and that's why, like I said, I don't really cling to these labels. Ronald, peace, what's happening? Modern woman, what's that? Traditional woman, what's that? Again, this is rhetorical. Like, I don't need y'all to answer that. I know what it is, you know, but it's like, what's the point? That's just division. That's creating a disconnect, like I said, between the younger generation and the older generation. Oh, that's why y'all can't keep a man, because y'all not doing X, Y, and Z, man. Times change. People change. Generations and eras are different. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all was doing back in the day in relationships may not apply today. So it's like, again, swift and changeable, man. Things evolve. So that advice that you got from 1950 may not fly in 2022. You know what I'm saying? It's different. The world is different. The world is definitely different. Now, again, you have some traditional viewpoints that's right and exact, that if implemented can definitely be of benefit. Just like you may have some modern, just like you can have some modern viewpoints that, if implemented, will benefit the person or benefit the relationship. Just like you have some traditional viewpoints that's outdated, and you have some modern viewpoints that's like, nah, that's ridiculous. That's toxic. You know, so again, man, it's just taking the best part. And that's what somebody original will do. They will say, okay, cool, they was doing this back in the day. I don't think that pretty much will fly now. That's pretty outdated. So I'm gonna take this part because I feel like this is beneficial, because it seemed like they was doing this, seemed like everybody was happier when this common denominator was being done. So we gonna go ahead and take that and apply that to now. And then they looking at the modern viewpoint, they like, all right, cool, this sounds like this is toxic, so I'm good with that. But this, I'm cool on that. But then this sounds like it's beneficial and useful. Let me utilize that. That's what being original is. Not subscribing to one side. But Juana Immortal, peace, what's happening? Yeah, Santana, definitely separation. You know, so that's what it means to just be original, man. Just authentic, man. Just be real. You know, that's pretty much all that we are asking for, man. I don't know, you know, well, I know, you know what I'm saying? I know the answer to that, but man, they just made everything more complicated. Yeah, bona fide. And you know, the thing that gets me about it is it's almost like women don't even care to try to do things naturally anymore. You know, it's crazy. Which at the end of the day, even when you get these surgeries, you still got to exercise and you still got to eat right. So you're going to have to do these things anyway to maintain the fake body, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you might as well attempt to do it that way first. I guarantee you, you will be satisfied with the results. Guarantee you. Oh, Chris, for sure. For sure. Evolution can definitely have a drastic impact in as little as a few years, most definitely. Eric, peace, what's happening? Oh, Cryptox, yeah, and that number, you know, if we don't change the game, that number gonna go down. Every for sure, man. You gotta be, hey, you be that maverick, man, that trailblazer, you know, trailblazer, man. I'm just looking for somebody to think for themselves, man. Think for themselves, man. Just be original in your thinking. You know what I'm saying? You take something, you take the best parts from things, man. And you put your own your own twist to it, and all of that good stuff, man. That's all we're looking for. Not somebody that's easily swayed by public opinion, easily swayed by anybody's opinion for that matter. You know, Chris, literally, yeah, man. Mass now, like you said, it's a fashion statement. It's a profitable industry, and this just happened in a few years. It's a profitable industry to wear masks now. You making masks like you making money. I know a lot of people that came up in 2020 by making masks. You know, Cryptoxin. Yep, that's all that we do. We all that's how we move, and that's our downfall. That's how we move, and that's our downfall. The sad reality of us as a people. Sad reality. Lindell, I came across that when I was in college, man. It was a brother, man. I guess, you know, and my hair wasn't even long at the time, but man, that was the first time I was hip to brothers doing that. I was in college with a brother. Next thing I know, man, his locks was a little bit longer. I'm like, hey man, what? I'm like, what just happened? Let me know he got extensions. I was like, oh, so dudes out here doing that. Like, this is really happening. Just like dudes out here getting fake abs and like it's real in the field, man. They might be getting fake beards, like little stuff like that. Like, come on, man. Like we shouldn't be moving like this. We shouldn't be moving like this at all, man. We spending all this money on artificial fake things. Like, why? I'm not about to spend money on a fake beard. I'm not about to spend money on fake abs. I'm not about to spend money on making my locks longer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna spend money on that. Like, that don't even make any sense. That's what we spending our money on, though. We spending all our money on these things just to still not be satisfied with ourselves. That's the funny part. You know what I'm saying? buying the fake bodies, the fake body parts, all of this, and we still not satisfied with ourselves. We still are insecure. We still are depressed. We still not happy. We still not at peace. So how that's making sense? You spent $10,000, $15,000 on surgery on this fake body, and you still not happy with yourself. Why? Because you still eating the trash foods that's triggering depression. You still eating the trash foods that's distorting or calcifying your pineal gland, what they call the third eye, which is really first eye. So you still eating these foods that's contributing to your depression. So it's like you spent all this money on this surgery because you wasn't satisfied with how you look, and you still ain't satisfied after the fact. And then next thing you know, you didn't put the weight right back on. So you didn't got weight loss surgery. Boom. Not satisfied with who you are. You ain't changing the way that you're eating. You ain't changing your mindset. And you done put the weight right back on. So now you back to being dissatisfied with yourself. So what did you just accomplish? Other than wasting your money? Ashley Peace, what's happening? Khalil, for sure. So let me know what just happened, man. You spent all this money on this surgery, all this money on this fake body, and 4 or 5 months later, you right back to where you know what I'm saying? You right back to where you started from. Lindell, man, I would say be cautious when it comes to the supplements. Be cautious. I'm not big on a lot of supplements. I'm not big on most supplements. I definitely wouldn't recommend relying on supplements. A lot of people have they purchase supplements like people have medication. So they got a cabinet full of supplements. It's like, nah, it's best to get all of that via the foods that you eat. You know, and that's a whole nother video, you know what I'm saying, for a whole nother day as to why. But you definitely don't want to rely and depend on supplements. Some supplements can serve a purpose, can be of benefit. But for the most part, it's a money grab when you see all of these people out here selling you these supplements. So a lot of times you just got to be hesitant, man. You got to be cautious. Like I said, some supplements can serve a purpose, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them don't. Santana for sure. Bonafide, exactly. Like I said, and it's just like that's part of the reason. You're not gonna be satisfied when you get the surgery. You're not gonna be satisfied. You're not gonna be satisfied at all, man. It's gonna be a lot of complications that come with the surgery that's gonna trigger your depression. Matter of fact, like I said, and I was talking about I think like the weight loss surgery or the gastric bypass surgery, one of those. I think it's both of them, honestly, but it inhibits your like ability to absorb vitamin B12. You know, so you got a surgery that's making it harder for you to absorb a vitamin that you need. And lack of vitamin B12 leads to a lot of neurological issues. So it's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So you done got a surgery that has inhibited your body from absorbing a vitamin that it needs to survive. Like, that's going to lead to a lot of mental issues, you know? So that's letting you know how unnatural this stuff is, how unhealthy it is. You got a surgery, yeah, you lost the weight with the surgery, but now you can't absorb vitamin B12 properly. Like, come on now. Airview, I'm telling you. Buddy, because we played football together. One day, Buddy hair was longer than mine. So it's like, dude, one day you go from your hair nowhere near close to mine, and all of a sudden it's longer than mine. Like, come on, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that Barbie mentality. That mentality is trash. Lindell, exactly. The additives. Ray Sean, for sure. Yeah, as Ashley said, fasting is a wonderful thing. But the crazy thing about it, man, it's hard to get people to do that. Like, you would think more people would be open to fasting. Boy, I have a hard time convincing people that fasting is right and exact and that they should implement it. Simply because we've been brainwashed to say, all right, we got to eat 3 times a day, you know? But yeah. Chris, it's a lot of ingredients that shouldn't be, you know, it's a lot of ingredients that shouldn't be in those supplements. Crazy. Doris Garden, nutritional yeast is the best B12 source. And what's crazy, there are even a lot of meat eaters are deficient in B12, especially when you get, I think the age is like 50. I think the age is 50. Like, so a lot of times meat eaters, when they hit the age of 50, then naturally their B12 levels start to decline. But it's still a lot of meat eaters in general that have low B12 levels. A book called Proteinaholic talked about that. It talked about the vitamins and minerals that a lot of carnivores or meat eaters are deficient in, and B12 was one of them, surprisingly, you know. But yeah, nutritional yeast contains B12, and that's pretty much your best vegan source for it. Other than that, you could take a supplement for that, but you could get it from nutritional yeast, throw it in a smoothie, and you would be good to rock out here. Big Smooth for sure. Magic Rims, peace, what's happening? But yeah, yeah, Rayshawn, yeah, I done did videos in the past about fasting, but I definitely could do like an updated joint in regards to just new information that I've come across in reference to fasting. Yeah, it's always new information that's coming out that's supporting that evidence, because that's one of the age-old remedies for getting your body and your mind right. So that's why I feel like it's crazy that people not many people are open. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just look at the universe where I be chopping it up with y'all about fitness, man. I got somebody inquiring about my services right now, man. That's just how things work. You speak things into existence. Speak things into existence, man. That's how things work out for you, man. That's why we never worried. That's why we never concerned out here, man, because we always speaking things into existence, man. Everything gonna work out, you know. But shout out to the people, man, that's doing everything. Shout out to the women, first and foremost. Shout out to the queens that's doing everything naturally. Building the body naturally, building the mind, and just doing things naturally. Shout out to y'all, because I know y'all receive a lot of criticism and a lot of hatred. Like I said, I got sisters that I've trained that have lost the weight, and they got hated on by their friends that was getting the surgery. Like, they don't even, that's backwards. You know, they putting in work every day in the gym, every day. Like, I got people that come Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. in the morning. Some of my most dedicated clients, they come in and people be trying to hate on them. Why y'all still going to the gym? Y'all gonna get too small. What? You know, so it's like people don't be thinking about what they saying. It's like, dude, there are more reasons to work out than simply losing weight. You gotta maintain the weight once it's lost. You always should be exercising. You always should be working out. You don't just work out to reach a body goal and then stop. Exercising, weightlifting, and all of that type of good stuff, everybody should be doing that, and we should never stop doing it. So that never made sense to me, man. When I get a person, man, and they be like, why are you still working out? You gonna get too small. What? Like, that makes no sense. Like, that don't make sense on so many different levels. First of all, you can bulk up using the same weights. Like, what are you talking about? Say they gonna get smaller. Like, what? People don't understand the science of weight loss, building muscle, maintaining weight loss when they start making statements like that. So I see the criticism that a lot of women who have taken the natural approach to building their bodies get by the people that are not taking that approach. I see it. Shantae, seeing that, she work out. She's a seasonal. Oh my goodness, she's a seasonal exerciser. See, that's what I'm saying. Man, I got women coming to me with all type of concerns. Like, I don't want to get too small. They already small. They think that the weight's just gonna make them 0 pounds, you know, or they be like, and then they contradict it. And be like, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to look like a dude. You just thought the way you thought exercise was gonna make you smaller. Now you don't want to look like a dude. So which one is it? Is it gonna make you swole or is it gonna make you small? It's a whole science to that in regards to how you eating and other things that you're doing, man. But everybody needs to be working out. If you try to protect your bones, if you ain't trying to go down from osteoporosis and osteoarthritis and all of that type of stuff, you need to be exercising. You need to be strength training and all of that. Everybody. I don't care what your body goal is. We all should be hitting the weights. We all should be exercising. Don't matter what your body goal is. I don't care if you're big, tall, short, small, skinny. I don't care. We all could benefit. We all will benefit from hitting the weights, from exercising, working out, calisthenics, whatever you do. Jay Will, you say, what's your thoughts on Kevin Samuels? I think he's necessary for a men's point of view since men lack a voice of opinion in media. Hey, Jay, well, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't really tap into Buddy. So I really don't have much to say about dude because I really don't tap into Buddy, man. It's just something about, yeah, you know, I don't tap into dude like that. You know, just to keep it simple, man. I don't tap into Buddy like that, so I don't really have much of an opinion. I'm not gonna offer my opinion on individuals when I don't really tap into them like that. You know, that'd be hearsay. That'd be me not doing the knowledge. So that'd be me putting the wisdom before the knowledge. So if I don't tap into a person, like I don't really have an assessment. You know, I don't have an opinion on dude because I don't really tap into him. I tapped into like a few things that I may have saw online. I didn't care for dude, you know, and I'm all about a vibe person. You know, I'm all about feel. Like I got to feel you, you know, so if something don't sit right with me when I tap in a few times and I don't feel you, then it's like I'm good, you know. So like all of my favorite music artists, like I feel them, you know, and sometimes that will lead to a situation where an artist has to grow on me years later because I listened to him initially years back and I wasn't really feeling them. Then years later, I said, let me try again. And then it's like, all right, cool. You know, like, all right, this person grew on me. But that's a rare occasion, man. Like, it's rare that I find an artist that I didn't like back in the day that's like, all right, cool, I fool with him now. It's only like, it's few of them. Few people like that. But I tapped into him a few times, or at least I tried. It wasn't even that I was out looking for him. It was the things that I just saw. You know, and I tapped in. I was just like, whatever, man. It wasn't really, I didn't feel the need to continue listening. And I know that that's pretty unpopular being a black man because I know most dudes actually fool with Kevin Samuels. Like I'm like probably in the rare breed of guy that really hasn't tapped into dude. Like I haven't watched one full Kevin Samuels anything. And I might be the only dude that probably can say that. I just saw a little snippet here and there. But again, ain't no knock to the people that watch dude and listen to dude. I just ain't never felt the need to like tap into dude and listen to dude. But I feel that way about a lot of individuals, honestly. You know, and a lot of individuals let me down. You know, a lot of people that I tapped into back in the day, they start acting funny. You know what I'm saying? They got big headed and things like that. So I really don't be only liking tapping into a lot of people, man, because people, again, once they reach a certain amount of subscribers, they start acting weird. Like, I ain't got time for that. You know, so I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of being let down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be tapping into these folks, man. Next thing you know, they sold me out. And now I feel like a fool for even tapping in with you in the first place, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand that. That continues to happen. Because most of the people most of the people are doing it strictly for the money. So they're going to chase whatever is generating them revenue. So they're going to chase whatever topic, whatever subject matter is generating revenue. You know, that's what they're about. Like I said, if I want to take that approach, I can take that approach. I know what's generating revenue. I look at analytics and things like that. I already know. But it's like, nah, it's certain things that need to be discussed, you know. And that's what I'm going to build on. I'm going to build on what needs to be discussed, whether it's popular or not. Whether it's going to generate me a profit or not. We're going to talk about it. Whether it leads to the channel being canceled or not. Santana for sure, man. Everybody an expert on relationships. Everybody. Now again, I ain't saying that, you know, that's almost like I'm gonna give y'all the great analogy. The relationship expert on YouTube is a new rapper. Just like everybody is a rapper. Now that's the same thing with the relationships, man. Everybody is that. That's the new rapper right now. That's what it is. That's the new rapper right now. That's what it is. I'm telling you. It's a new rapper. I'm gonna get on YouTube and I'm gonna start talking about relationships. That's the new rapper. So forget rapping. We just gonna get on YouTube and start telling men about women or telling women about men, whatever the case may be. That's the new rapping right now. That's the new MCing. You know, forget getting in the studio. We gonna get on YouTube and we gonna talk bad about dudes. We gonna talk bad about women. That's how we MC now. So that's literally where we at with it. That's why I try not to get caught up into it. Y'all know man, listen. My wife she'll try to get, I be like, man, I don't want to get on there, man. I be like, man, I don't really know too much of nothing about relationship. I'm like, I ain't got no relationship advice for them. You know? I more so deal with life. You know, that's what I deal with, man. I deal with life. And I'm in a whole relationship, in a whole marriage, and I'm like, man, I ain't finna give y'all my advice because it might not be too pleasing. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't the perfect person, bro. I got a lot of different flaws, a lot of different things I wouldn't recommend people do. You know? So that's the new rapping, man. That's the new rap. If y'all want to come up, man, that's the new rapping. Hey, Just, I hear you. That's why I don't be tapped into nothing, man. I just can't even. I can't sit through 10 minutes of it for real, in all honesty. So it's a lot of stuff that be trending on YouTube, that be trending on social media. I be tapped into it. A lot of people say, oh yeah, you should try doing X, Y, Z because it's trending. I'm like, dude, I don't do that. See, you don't have longevity. You don't have longevity when you jumping on everything that's trending. See, I focus on having a timeless message. Just like when I did music, I was making lyrics that were timeless. So it's things that I rapped about. Listen, if I spit back, and I've done this, I have recited lyrics I wrote 10 years ago. And y'all like, man, that sounds like what's happening now. That's being timeless. So I try to be that way with the content. I ain't jumping on everything that's trending, man. It's timeless. It's timeless. That's what it's all about. Khalil, man, they causing big divide. Big divide. Causing a big divide. So it's like, dude, I don't really have time for that, man. Only time I'm gonna jump on something that's trending, if it's relevant to stance that I have in life. You know what I'm saying? Like the football coach, the black football coach that's suing the NFL. That's relevant. Because hey, that's the black man going against the system. That's relevant. You know what I'm saying? It's trending, but it's relevant to me. That's when I talk about those things. Jay Weed say, do you think it creates a balance of perspective? Honestly, the reason why I'm gonna say no, and the reason why I'm gonna say no is because most of these players, it's not really balanced out here. It's either A, I'm finna bash dudes, or it's like A, I'm finna bash women. Like it's not really like if it was balanced, it'll more so be these platforms to be providing a lot of solutions and unifying people. More times than enough, when I tap in, it's a lot of bashing. Now, some platforms, they do offer solutions, but for the most part, it's like everybody choosing a side. Like, we choosing sides. We team such and such, and we team X, Y, and Z. And then everybody would click up, so we on this team, and we on that team. That's what's happening. So it's more so the division and not even balance. Because with balance, it would be like, all right, I fool with this cat, I fool with this squad, but I'm listening to what it is that you're saying, and I respect what it is that you're saying. That's not what's happening. It's like I choose a side, we're going to bash this other side. And everybody that's affiliated with them. AE for sure. Original, timeless, classic, and authentic. And I'll be the first one to tell you. My personality type is trash for relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and it goes back to doing work on oneself. You know, so that's why I be like, man, I ain't trying to act like no expert in it because again, my personality type is not relationship friendly, you know, and I know that. So that comes with knowledge of self. So I ain't got no advice for folks out here for real, man, other than master yourself. That's literally why I say it every time. Y'all didn't see me on a platform. It always comes back to knowledge of self, mastering self. Like that's all I'm gonna have for you. That's all I'm gonna have for you. Other than that, I ain't really got much for you. Cause I done been there, done that. I done talked highly of black women, and I done got accused of all type of stuff by dudes, man, before they even were striving to gain an understanding. You know what I'm saying? I done held women accountable. I done held dudes accountable. It's like every time I do this, like, again, people picking sides. So I done got bashed both ways. So it's like, whoa, wait a second. I talked about just understanding the perspective that black women share because I train a lot of them. I've heard a lot of them. And dudes is coming at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, man. Like, this is part of the problem. Shantae, for sure. And I'm telling you, just, you know what I'm saying, being in the marketing field, it's like, man, I've done experiments on here. I've done it. I've done it, man. I'm telling you, some of my most viewed videos are videos when I talk about celebrity gossip, just a bunch of nonsense. So I know exactly what to do, but I can't do that, man. I can't live my life like that. That wouldn't sit well with me. I feel like I sold myself out. You know what I'm saying? If I just started doing the type of things that I know would get me clicks and views and all of that, man, I do not have time for that. But I've done experiments myself. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. Yeah, just when you say you neutral, they looking at you like, what do you mean? Like they don't understand what the word neutral means. Terenzo, there you go. Santana, man, and they used to kind of be how things went. You know what I'm saying? It kind of was none of people's business what went on in your relationship. That's kind of how it used to be. You know? That kind of was the tradition. But it's like, again, adapting and adjusting. That ain't the way of the world now, man. We gotta broadcast everything. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, instead of enjoying the moment and the scenery, we gotta take pictures and things like that, man, for the world to see. We gotta put on these fronts and facades, man. Like that's what's happening. Hey, Shante. Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta be yourself, man. Like, listen, when you be yourself and you be original, that's gonna take you a long way. That's gonna take you a long way for sure. Like that's why I do it, man. That's why I'm original. That's why I'm staying true to myself. How you see me is how y'all gonna see me in the public. Y'all ever see me in public, I'm gonna look this same way. It ain't gonna throw nobody off. I'm gonna talk this same way. I'm gonna be the same person. I'm gonna have the same type of energy. Yeah, Magic, for sure. People kept their relationships private. Yeah, that is not the case. People can't even have like I said, babies and pets and all that be having whole IG pages, knowing they can't control those pages. So hey, it is what it is, man. We out here bad, man. Privacy is an illusion. For the life of me, it's like I got so many examples of. I just got so many examples, man, of just privacy being an illusion. And I always get my elders when they start talking about things like I ain't gonna put my credit card information, I ain't gonna put my debit card information online, but they send a check in the mail. Man, you know how listen, having your check in the mail is a little bit more dangerous. If somebody get that check, they got all your information, but you don't want to put your debit card online. That's a person that's stuck in a traditional way of thinking, and they think that way of thinking or that way of living is the best. You stuck with a traditional way of thinking. You thinking, putting this debit card using this computer is somebody gonna get my information. Man, they can easily get your information with that check. For the life of me, I've had to explain that to my elders a lot of times. They're like, yeah, man, I ain't put my debit card information. I ain't swiping my card X, Y, Z. I'm like, I hear you, but I'm like, you writing a check, that's just as bad. If I get your check, I got all your information. I got your route number. I got your account. I got it. You know, so hey, yeah, Tasha, attention is definitely the new drug. Definitely. That's definitely the new drug. People don't even, I don't want to say they don't care about the money, but they want the attention. Like how many followers will this get me? How many new subscribers will this get me? Like that, I'm trying to go viral. It's crazy. We want this attention, and then when we get it, we complain about it. That's what's also funny to me. You wanted this attention, so you did things intentionally that would lead to you generating this attention. Then you get it, and it's like now you mad that you got the attention. So you a woman and you half naked on Instagram and you doing this, that, and the third because you're trying to get the attention. Then when you start getting this attention from all these dudes, all in my these no good dudes, all in my inbox. Dudes ain't no good. They got whole. Cause look what you doing. So it's like, man, you knew what you was doing. You knew what type of attention that you was generating from doing that. Don't get mad at it. Deal with the consequences. Khalil, exactly. RJ Will for sure. Hey, smart, strong, and brave. That's the mantra. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to the 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's the mantra. Smart, strong, and brave. It ain't gonna be no stopping the young bull. Yeah, Khalil, they got a better chance of getting the money with a check. Way better chance. Give me that check. Yeah, Ashley, and well, I'm telling you, that's the new wave. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna go to social media, write a whole dissertation about this relationship. Whole dissertation, man, like a whole 5-page paper on social media expressing all of this stuff. That's what people do. Santana losing big time, but yeah, that's the way of the world. Attention, 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 attention. That's what we want. We want attention. Attention, attention, attention. Like Tasha said, that is the new drug. That's a new drug of choice. What can I do to generate the most attention? And then when I get the attention, I'm about to start talking about I'm depressed and all of this type of stuff. I got anxiety, all of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to come up with all type of ailments now that we got the attention. Because we did these things on purpose to generate it. It's like, dude, man, I don't have any sympathy for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you knew what you was doing and now you got it. Be careful what you ask for, you know? That's the age-old saying. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you ask for. You ask for something, you get it. That's kind of the way this thing works. You ask for something, and you passionate about it. You put a lot of emotion and feeling behind it. You probably gonna receive it, and that's what people doing. They receiving the things they ask for because they put a lot of emotion, feeling, time, energy, effort into it. Khalil, most definitely. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's stealing energy out here. Stealing energy, stealing statuses, stealing concepts, stealing ideas. A lot of thieves out here, man. Again, a lot of inauthentic people, a lot of artificial minds. So what is that artificial mind going to do? They're going to wait for you, the original person, to come up with something. And it's like, all right, I'm going to steal that. Or they're going to try to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to suck the life and energy out of you. Patrick, peace. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, we got the energy vampires out here, man. Trying to suck the blood, trying to suck the life up out of you. Oh, Santana, man, hey, the world would go mad. You know what I'm saying? Like the world would go mad as if there wasn't a time that we existed without all of this, without most of it. You know what I'm saying? The world would go mad. You know what I'm saying? There was a time that we existed, my age bracket, to where, yeah, we had the internet, but it was trash. Like, it took way too long for that mug to activate, so you ain't even fool with it for real. You just had that joint, man. The start of the modem was loud. It took forever to get to the internet. Then when you got on the internet, it was slow. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't fool with it like that. So we had these times, man, but now we act like we couldn't survive and thrive without these joints. We didn't have smartphones back in the day, and we was thriving and surviving just well. We was communicating with each other just well. So now they got us thinking that we need these things when in reality we do not, because there was a time period where we did not have most of these things, and we were still living and getting around. Ray Sean for sure. Yeah, be jealous. So that's the wrong type of energy. You don't even want that type of energy. You got a bunch of jealous people following you, subscribing to, and then they'll talk about that. And like, yeah, I think, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for my haters. Like, dude, I ain't about to brag about people that hate me. Like, what type of energy is that? I'm about to brag about the people that don't like me. Brag about the people that I feel like hate me. Man, that's bad energy that you putting out. Man, I ain't thankful for the people that hate me. I ain't got time for that. I'm thankful for the people that appreciate me. I'm more thankful for them. But you got people, oh man, I'm thankful for my, they spend more time thinking they haters than they think they're supporters and whatnot. The people that's been rocking with them. You know, so I don't possess that type of energy. I ain't shouting out my haters. Like I ain't shouting out the people that's envious and jealous. Like I ain't shouting out those individuals. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's how we end up in our situations that we end up in. Because we shouting out these haters and whatnot. We thankful to have all of these haters. What you focus on grows, man. So if you only focusing on your haters, that is gonna grow. That's gonna grow. So you're gonna have more people that dislike you, and that's gonna create more depression because you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, why do everybody seem like everybody hate me? Because that's what you focusing on. You overlooking the people that's rocking with you, the positive people. You overlooking them. And all you want to do is focus on these people that don't like you. I'm never going to live my life like that to where I'm just solely focused on individuals that don't like me. That's not the way to live. That's not the way to think at all. Patrick, for sure, you know, and that's always the war. That's always the struggle. That's always the battle, most definitely. You know, the conscious versus the unconscious, man. To keep it simple, that's really what it is. The conscious versus the unconscious. Khalil, definitely. Living backwards is definitely trendy, you know. That's why I'm about forward thinking, you know. Don't have me. Peace, peace. Actually get it in. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out for the day, man. You know, I done got what I needed to get off my chest. You know, so this was another powerful build, powerful stream. Appreciate all y'all tapping in. Appreciate the donations, all the good comments, all the love, man. It is always peace, man. Again, hey, y'all keep me motivated and inspired to get on here and do something that I'm uncomfortable doing, which is talking on camera. But I feel like, hey, man, we getting better and better every day. That's another mantra. Every day in every way, we getting better and better. What is it? No, every day and every way, my life is getting better and better. That's the mantra. Say that 20 times in the morning, 20 times before you go to sleep. Watch how your life improves just by repeating that mantra 40 times throughout the day. Every day and every way, your life is getting better and better, man. That's the mantra. And I'm going to leave y'all on that note. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday. I'm out. Peace.